Your shoes. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Oh, what a treat. What a treat. Thank you. Isn't that touching? That song is so well written. Amanda McBroom wrote that too.
Now that's good music right there. Let's give them some more love. Yes.
Thank you. I almost fell off my own shoes for that. Just losing my balance. I go, oh.
In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. 4 of the most important words that you can ever use, that you can ever hear. Ancient words, biblical words. Since the beginning of time, in the beginning, God. Say that with me. In the beginning, God. You know, on the shamanic journey, past time, future time, and present time are all one time. And there's something to be said in an energy of life itself when we gather in a moment within our own being and we say, this is the new beginning right now. Say that with me. This is the new beginning right now. You know how that is when you feel like you've had a cold or something and you go, I'm just done with this. Yeah. You've been with a relationship that's not healthy and you just say, I'm done with this. Yes? Right? You've been doing something you know that you ought not be doing, and you go, I'm done with this. What you're saying energetically is, in the beginning, God. You're saying, new time, new moment, flowing through me right here and right now. Yes? And in that space, there's tremendous power. It's many a day of awakening. It's many a life force that people are renewed. They are transformed by the renewal of their minds, as it says in Romans. Be transformed because you have a new idea, a new reality of who you are or what your circumstances can be. And so you claim it. And after the burning bowl, I thought it would be very appropriate that we look at and that we visit today our unity principles. We use the term loosely, principles. You know, we got to get on principle. That does not mean going to the principal like in high school. I stayed in that office one too many times. I don't know about you, but it means get back to principle. Get back to who we are with our unity and our new thought teaching. There's only one presence and one power in the universe, and that is the power we know is God. The power of Creator is the power of Yahweh. It doesn't really matter what you call this power. What matters is what you believe about it. Are you with me? It's omnipresent. It's omniscient. It's omnipotent. It's everywhere. It is the only life force that is as a principle. God is not a person, not a man, not a bearded guy, not someone in the sky watching you and taking notes about what you did last night. God help all of you on that one. You know what I'm saying? God is not that. It's a creative force. It's an energetic force. And often we spend a lot of our lives unlearning and relearning what we are in our creation and what our space is in this journey and what it means to be free-flowing and to have free will. So there's only one presence and one power in our lives. And if anything has power over you, it's because you've given it the power over you. Because there's only one power for good in your life, and that is the power of God. Likened to the teacher that she asked little Glenn. She said, Glenn, how do you spell crocodile? And Glenn said, Krokodial. And she said, that's wrong. And little Glenn said, well, it may be wrong, but you asked me how I spell it. And this is the relationship with God. We come up with new and different ways to talk about it every week. How you identify with God is everything that you see in your life and everything that you experience. Because we all have an individualized belief system in what that looks like. And how we feel about that relationship of the one presence and the one power is how our life works or doesn't work. Does that make sense? And so whatever you believe in it, and people go, well, I don't know, Reverend Temple, I'm not sure what I believe. Look at your life, and it will tell you what you believe and when it may be necessary to have a new idea of what that can be. Yes? For many years growing up with Southern Baptists, it was kind of tough detoxing all that and getting used to there was actually a universe that actually liked me, and that it was okay to be me and those kind of things. And many of us have found our way to unity because we wanted a new way of looking at all this, yes, and a new way of understanding all of this. And so in that space, when I was a student in ministerial school, when we were talking about a law, I really wanted to identify, well, what does this mean with how I identify myself? Because that's principle number 2. God is all there is, but therefore I am all there is because I am made in the image and likeness of God. Give yourself a big hug. Isn't that rewarding to know? You're made of the same stuff, right? And the same energy. Wow, what a concept. But in that space, I came up with the idea that God, stay with me, is like a photocopy machine. Okay? Like if you go and you put on the photocopy machine the words on a sheet of paper, I am beautiful, I am love, I am wonderful, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am happy, I am in love, I am all these things, and you put it on the photocopy machine and you put it there and you hit print, provided you have a workable photocopy machine, what does it do? What does it do? This is interactive. It prints what you put, right? And you can do that, and you can print like that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can say, I am love, I am beautiful, I am wonderful, I am a great mother, I'm a great grandmother, I am a great friend, I'm a great husband, all that. Wow. I'm comfortable with me and my sexuality or whatever it is. I'm going to stick to topic, don't worry. But on Saturday, you can go to that same photocopy machine. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not deserving. I'm not okay. I'm losing my financial niche. Does the photocopy machine start going into smoke and going, "Brank, brank, brank, brank"? This isn't right? No, what does it do? It copies just what you put. And so that's why you can be the greatest student for many years and decide one day to start redirecting from the power of your I am, your consciousness, about who you are and how successful you are and what is possible. And within a moment, your life begins to change in a direction that you don't want. Are you with me? Everybody breathe? Because we're not staying there. I was just making a point, okay? We're moving back over to the other side that we enjoy, more the fluffy side, one would say. But it's something to be consciously aware of at any given moment in our lives when we are using these wonderful principles and the energy and the power of the I am, because that is the way that we are guiding our day-to-day lives. Yes. Yes, it is. I love the story about the 3 umpires. One's a rookie, and they're talking about the way they call a game. And one of them says, well, I call them as I see them. And the other umpire, he says, well, I call them as they are. And the other umpire says, they are what I call them. And that's the place, the magic place, that I want you to integrate and identify in your own life. This game you call life, it is what you are calling it. It is what you are identifying with and claiming into your space and bringing into your energetic field. Is this working for you? Because I needed a renewal myself, and I assume you did too. Yes? 3 people over here, a few of you over there. God bless you. Absolutely. And so Edwin Gaines, has Edwin Gaines ever been through here? Yeah, I just really, she's just really awesome. But something that she said to me a few years ago really stuck home. And she said, I forgive myself for all the good I have withheld from myself in the past. I forgive myself for all the good I have withheld from myself in the past. Exciting, huh? And you know, having come to many of these lessons here and listening to the great teaching of Reverend Kathy and integrating the teaching of me in front of the room from time to time, you know, often when we think of forgiveness, we think of forgiving other people. The number one squeeze, the number one person to forgive would be right here. Right? And it's I don't know about you, but it's a daily practice. And as you have that filter of forgiveness, forgiving yourself that you may have fell short, forgive yourself that you affirm some things about you that are absolutely not true. The more you do that, you activate the power of your I am. So when you call things the way you want them, they become your actual truth. Yes? And it can happen in a moment. It happened to me over this weekend because I've been kind of baffled by this Southern California weather. I thought it was warm here, people. Okay, aside from 3 weeks of the year. And I thought a lot of different things, okay? But I caught myself and I went, I'm not held by weather. I've never been a weather person. I refuse to accept that. I love it here, period. I love being here, period. It is what I call it. I'm not giving it power over me. I'm not giving situations power over me. What situation are you giving power over you that's occupying the chitty-chatty conversations that we have? You know, there's a statement that says, why do people not know about unity? Because they've never met a unity person, a new thought person that is practicing, or they've met unity people, but they aren't practicing. Whoa! We're here for a mighty noise unto the universe, yes? And so it's that particular consciousness. And so our third principle in unity is that we co-create by the way we use our mind. There's a story with Joseph Murphy that talks about a man that is in the Russian concentration camp. And he feels like that his life is going to remain there. But he remembers a scene in a magazine. He remembers something he has seen that's Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. And he begins every day in that concentration camp to think about going down Wilshire Boulevard there in Los Angeles. And one day, the guard, is calling the roll and left for a moment with something unexpected, and the man escaped. He fled to Switzerland, and while he was there, he met a couple from California. And they said, let's have you come and visit us. And when he arrived, they had their chauffeur pick him up and take him down Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. The power of the mind, the power of the projection. And that's why it's so great to come and gather together, because we remind ourselves beyond life itself, beyond our culture, beyond our beliefs, of how powerful we really are, you see. A hero is only braver 5 more minutes than anybody else. That's what a hero is. And tomorrow, throughout the nation, we will be honoring Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We will be honoring the life. We will honor being a difference maker. We will honor someone that took a stand, that was willing to be brave. And so I invite you tomorrow to come up with one idea, whether it's reaching out to someone that you haven't in a while, whether it's rejuvenating your in the beginning God consciousness, whether it's a renewal or commitment to yourself on a deeper level, or energizing yourself in some unexpected way, or calling someone and saying you appreciate them. What a concept. Or email, yes? Do something for the good, for the betterment, for the life force. But I think of Rosa Parks, who was greatly impacted by Martin Luther King. And I think of how she was in the space of every day working and tired and being on that bus, and they would tell her where she couldn't sit. They would tell her that black people couldn't sit where she wanted to sit. And this one particular day, she sat, and they came and told her she had to leave. And you can imagine that in the beginning God moment. You can imagine that in that moment she declared, "This is my seat and I'm not moving." Are you with me? This is my seat and I'm not moving. Say it with me. This is my seat and I'm not moving. This is your seat in life. This is my seat in life. We do not want to give up our seat for belief systems and cultures and information and data that does not apply to us. We are forever young. We are energized by spirit. We are capable and we are possible for modern day miracles, are we not? And we are co-creating and living that dream together. What an amazing experience, yes? When we think about our fourth principle, that we use prayer and meditation. As I said earlier, prayer is when we talk to the universe. Meditation is when the universe talks to us. But I feel the prayer works with the activation of the mind, and the meditation works with the activation of the heart. The moment we surrender with the heart, our life, we start to attract, we start to have feelings about bringing in a new dimension of who we can be and what is possible. But it's through using affirmation. Years ago, I met a man named Noah St. John. And Noah, have you heard of Noah St. John? He writes about affirmation. Afform, AFOAFFORMATION. Affirmation. Because he talks about how often we affirm things about ourselves, but we don't really believe it. Yes? We don't really believe it. And so we say them over and over again, but we could test ourselves and our body probably wouldn't buy the idea yet. But we keep doing it, we keep doing it. He says, rather than continue to do the same affirmations over, ask yourself a question. So in other words, instead of saying, I am rich, 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 and your body goes, well, not necessarily, or don't forget, you got to take care of that other thing. Oh, they sure have gone up on that electric bill these days. I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. Well, I don't know, not necessarily. You know, they say we're going to go through an economy downslide. What's that going to be? He says, rather than that, say, what is it about my life that continues to support me in being rich? Then what happens? You start getting all the data. Make sense? You following me? That might be the most significant point I make today. Did you understand it? Yes. So you ask a question instead of saying, I am in love, I am love, I am in love, and your body's going, well, don't forget, you broke up with the last one and the one before that, and the one, you know, that's what happens, isn't it? That monkey mind. I mean, for real. And so you say, what is it now in my life that's so unique that I attract the love of my life? Wow. Powerful. Affirmation. Energetic presence. So our key to all of this, the one presence and the one power, our relationship with that, the way we use our minds and our thoughts, how we affirm into being what we call is the way it is in our lives, to a place that we can live and that we can live the teaching of unity and continue to learn new and vibrant things about our own humanity. You know, the more spiritual we become, meaning we accept who we've been all along, the more human we feel this day-to-day life. So I'm going to close with the story of a little boy, because a couple of people are watching your watch. I see you. There's a little boy, and his mom's watching him outside and listening. The window's up, and he's playing pitch with himself. And he throws the ball up, and he goes to hit it, and he misses. And so he throws the ball up, and he goes to hit it, and he misses again. He throws the ball up, and he goes to hit it, and he misses again, and he walks away, and he goes, "Good pitcher." And that is what I want for you. For you to have the kind of self-esteem that you know within every cell and fiber of your being that you are God's beloved, you are Creator's beloved, you are not broken, you are not wounded, you are whole, and you are holy. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep, still here. And now if our ushers will come. If our ushers will come, and one of the most exciting times we have, right, Russ? The president of our board there, is our offering. And an opportunity to celebrate how great we are as a community. And I just want to thank all of you that honored us for your year-end gifts and those that got behind our fundraisers. And we have more things coming up in 2023. So that's our mantra, imagine me in 2023. Imagine unity in 2023, shall we? I'm ready to make a mighty noise. Are you? All right, so you ready? Yes. All right, and so let us say our affirmation statement. We have lots of ways that you can give. If you are online, the donate button is right there. You can just push it. It will take you through the prompts, and we have lots of ways to give. We don't ever want to hold anyone back that wants to give here, that's for sure. Let us say our affirmation statement together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share. Thank you, God.
Song I wrote called What a Light, and it dovetails perfectly with everything she said. I've looked into mirrors, and I've seen the face of a stranger. I've traveled some wrong road and put my soul in danger. And when I was dangling at the end of my road, so from out of the dark night, I heard a voice of hope. Oh, what a light will shine from behind the mountain on the morning of our remembering, and how the sun will rise through the mist of tears when we come back to ourselves. When a heart gets broken, it's in need of a healing. And I can tell by your teardrops that you know the feeling. And what you're getting is our wake-up call. Listen for the answer, 'cause it's inside us after all. what a light will shine from behind the mountain on the morning of our remembering, and how the sun will rise through the mist of tears when we come back to ourselves. Oh, now change is gonna come when we spread our wings and become great and mighty. What a light will shine from behind the mountain when we come back to ourselves. Oh, what a light. I can see it shining. What a light. Shining on. Sing with me. What a light. You got it. Giving me direction, and it's pointing me my way back what a light will shine from behind the mountain on the morning of this Sunday's remembering, and how the sun will rise through the mist of tears. We have some dancers in here. Woo! Going on, and change is gonna come when we spread our wings and become great and mighty. Oh, what a light will shine from behind the mountain when we come back to ourselves. Oh, when we come back to ourselves. When we come back to we come back to ourselves. That was fun.
Wow, thank you so much. Again, let's honor our band and our beautiful Leslie Limbo and our new AV team, Michael Avery and Stephen and Bent, and with Gary's support, and we're just really, really blessed. Yeah, absolutely. This Thursday, the Metaphysical Spiritual Experience with Reverend Michelle meets from 10 to noon in the chapel. Keep in mind the Shirley Campbell Chapel is open during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for prayer. Jocelyn Archer will continue taking us deeper into the ancient Eastern philosophy of Sufism. So thank you so much for that. Unity of Santa Barbara Youth Ministry is asking for volunteer encouragers to engage youth in prayer and oneness. If you're interested in really knowing how much you know, teach the children. Yeah, let them teach you, actually. Our flowers, aren't they beautiful? Created by Barb Berger. Beautiful, absolutely. Spencer Winston's mother is celebrating his mother, Helen. She was a science mind practitioner, so in that great honoring, yes. And as you have noticed, due to travel from Germany and some other restraints, we needed to postpone Rob Wergen. But mark your calendar for April 2nd. We're so excited to have him come and be here. So it's very exciting. Sibley is an angelic channeler, and she's doing a healing workshop January 29th. From 12 to 4, so please sign up at the Welcome Center. And of course, many of you have had great energy around Paul Seelig, who's going to be here February 5th. So more and more activities are happening, and people are getting in touch with us because they're hearing that amazing things are happening here at Unity of Santa Barbara. Yes? Yes. All right. And so we're going to invite our youth to come up, and we are holding the space of that department. It's the light of mine. Light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
today we focused on mindfulness. And we practiced mindful looking, mindful watching, and mindful watching when someone's talking. And we also practiced using our hand movements with the prayer for protection. And so when we get to that part of the service, we'll do that for you to watch and join us if you want.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Our featured book in the bookstore, you may have heard of this author. The book is Being a Difference Maker by Temple Hayes. And it talks about being an enlightened rebel, a powerful warrior, a sacred, energetic person for change. And so we have them in the bookstore. I donated them to Unity of Santa Barbara. So we have them. Yeah, it's okay to clap. Thank you. And so now let's all stand and sing the peace song and do the prayer of protection. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant As we're stating the prayer of protection, our leaders are going to share us what to do. Light of God surrounds us. Love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you, everyone. That was beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.